One of the number one reasons why women struggle with dating and relationships today is that they choose men who are not ready for anything real. Ladies, there are lots of great relationship-ready men out here. However, you need to learn how to choose them. I wrote this book to teach you how to do just that. Get your copy of Choose Well, a simple formula to determine the best man for you on Amazon today. All right. Okay, y'all, I'm leaving Starbucks. And I had every intention on drinking tea, and that didn't happen. And look, that tea is sitting on my counter right now. So I will get that tea probably later. That tea will probably be a later, like midday, boost. But I have a problem. Y'all know I have a problem. I'm trying to give up drinking coffee altogether. I can't do it. But anyway, let me get on here and talk about what I'm here to talk about. So this is a call to all the single men. And I don't want to say that this is going to be hard or it's going to be an uphill battle, because that's actually not good. That's not helping my case, right? To prophesy what's going to happen, because I don't know what's going to happen, right? I'm going to talk about what I want to happen. How about that? Here's what I want to happen. So school is officially open. Oh, we got a question straight off rip. Let me answer this question and I'm going to jump into. Can a couple stay married if the wife cheat and is now pregnant by them? No. No, they cannot. That was easy. That was an easy one. Now you can try, but human nature says no. Male nature says no. Okay? You will never be the same. The relationship will never be the same. So if you enjoyed the previous relationship, or that's what you're looking to come back, that's never going to happen. That will never happen. The relationship will never be the same. And I don't mean in a good way. And as a male, you will never fully get over that. And even in your next relationship, like, can I be honest? Even in the next 3 relationships that you have, you will still be dealing with that betrayal. So move on. Love is like addiction. You need to treat it like addiction. We don't talk enough about this, but that is the premise behind no contact, right? So it's like going cold turkey when you're addicted to a drug or alcohol. And don't get me wrong, there's some drugs that clinically you cannot go cold turkey or it will kill you. You must be detoxed. So if you can kind of detox from that person, but when it comes to people, I pretty much say just go cold turkey. That's my opinion. Okay, back to what I'm on here to talk about. School is open. And one of the things that, I've seen in the history of being alive and in the history of being an author, in the history of being a counselor, being a coach, is that the majority of people who come into therapy or who seek coaching, especially when it comes to love and relationships and dating, the majority of people who buy books about that subject do tend to be women, okay? I would say 80%, 75%, let's say 75%. I'm going to try to be fair. 75% of the people who seek information about healthy relationships or healthy dating or love or marriage, how to make it work, how to bring back the spark, all the things, right? Are women. They are women, 75%. Men, because by nature you all are not as relational, you tend to hire coaches and seek help and read books about money. Okay, you like that. You like, how do I get my bag up? And how do I learn skills and tools and how do I become more competent in a skill? Like that's your lane, right? You want to learn skills and tools, things to make money, or you'll learn things to be successful, right? In a particular skill. You will seek out information about sports. You'll seek out information about cars. You'll seek out information about fitness. And even that, ooh, can we say this? I find less and less men even seeking out information about fitness. There used to be a time where like a whole lot of men, worked out, went to the gym, lifted weights, all the things. That's becoming less and less so. Let me tell you what's replacing that is you will seek information on gaming, right? You will seek information. Some men, the more creative types, will seek information on things of a creative nature. So you'll seek out things about making content, making videos, or just anything related to your creativity, because that's a whole thing. There are lots of creative men out here in the world who are tapping into that feminine energy, and so they'll seek out things related to their creative pursuits. What else? What else do men seek information about? But rarely is it about love and dating and relationships and marriage. I mean, our culture today does not even promote marriage to men or women. So, sadly, it definitely didn't promote marriage to men even 50, 100 years ago. But now it doesn't promote marriage to anyone. Like, it's encouraging everybody to stay single. Don't get married. Don't have kids. Sad to say. But what else? Computers, just men by nature are not as relational as women. I didn't say they're not relational at all. They're just not as relational as women are. Women, what really makes us feel good, what really does it for us is our relationships, right? And how we're getting along with people, how we're getting along with our moms, our dads, our brothers, our sisters, our friends, our best friends, how we're getting along with our kids, and definitely how we're getting along with the man in our life, our romantic male interest. That is top of mind for most women. All right, I had a gentleman say we love the bag and new skills. Agreed. So yeah. So I'm trying to figure out how I can incorporate that in Skool, because this is my call. This is my call to the single men to join Skool, to prioritize having healthy relationships with women. But there are other things you're going to learn in Skool. You're going to learn how to become more emotionally intelligent. And that's a skill, that's a competency that you can use at work. You can use with your guy friends. You can use with your children. Like, there's lots of areas in which you're going to use your EQ. And I'm even going to talk about like some law of attraction stuff. I'm going to talk about some financial stuff. I'm going to talk about some success stuff, some business stuff, because I do think those things are very important when you're thinking about connecting with another person, when you're thinking about coming together with another person in a healthy way. All right, Anthony, let's see. Anthony Rodriguez? Okay, I can't even. Anthony Rodriguez. Men are running away from the chase. We want peace, purpose in our pockets. I totally get it. And I'm in agreement with you all. I don't want you to chase, but I do want you to see the value in being partnered. I do want you to see the value in having a good, healthy woman by your side in a good, healthy relationship. No, I do not want you to chase. That's not what I'm after. Real Dope Daddy says it's a place where many of us are delusional. We think we are better than we are. Well, I agree with that one. But how do we combat the delusion? Like, how do we really see the truth? How do we see ourselves, men and women? Because there's a whole lot of delusional women out here. Y'all are, men are not alone. It's a whole lot of delusional people. But how do we, and here's what I say. I say it's a matter of just growing people up. I think people need to grow up. I think once a person is emotionally mature, they are no longer delusional. Like, they're grown. Like, once you're a grown adult, you are no longer delusional. So I'm not delusional. I know my lane, right? I tell people I'm a strong 6. Okay, if I was using a number, because that's what y'all can relate to. I don't believe in the number and rating people and all that. But if I had to, I'm a strong 6. That's my lane. I want a 6.5 or a 7. Okay, because I am a hypergamous feminine woman. That's what I'm looking for. but I'm a strong 6. That's my lane all day long. I'm a 6, okay? And when I think about how I show up, how I keep my body, how I keep my health and fitness, how I keep my beauty and my brand, I'm a strong 6, okay? But it's sad that other people don't know where their lane is. They don't know what that is. And they're afraid to ask other people because, again, that would require a level of emotional maturity to hear the truth. But I have heard the truth, and I'm a strong 6, okay? And I'm okay with it, okay? But a lot of people, they're not strong enough to ask other people. What did I do? I went out there and asked 10 people, 10 random people. Then I asked 10 people that I knew. And the number, the mean average was 6. That was the mean average. That was the number I was given. So yeah, I want to know the truth. I want to know the truth so I can act and move in the truth. Okay, y'all, I'm getting ready to park because I gotta, I'm here at the courthouse. I gotta pay a ticket. I gotta pay a ticket. And I'm mad, y'all. I'm mad about it, but I gotta pay a ticket. But I'm getting ready to park. Chasing, no, but pursuit is something men should always do. With everything in our lives, we need purpose. I agree. Now, Real Dope Daddy, you are one of the exceptions. I can't get through this way. Dang it. All right, but I'm going to park. I'm going to have to walk, y'all. I'm going to have to walk. I'm going to park and I'm going to have to walk. But you are one of the exceptions, sweetheart, because most men, they hear that word and that runs their blood cold. The thought of pursuing anything, the thought of anything being hard and not easily coming to them, that run their blood cold. But as I always say, masculine men are not afraid of going out and getting it. They're not afraid of getting up early and going out and getting it. Because how else are they going to get it? So you in the rare exception. We need men to communicate to other men the right way. Nobody knows how to have a balanced approach. Too radical on both sides. Agreed. Agreed. But gentlemen, I'm going to ask y'all to help me. And I'm going to put out a survey. And my hope is that some gentlemen will, just take that brief survey. Will just respond to, where are you? Where are you in your life? How old are you? Where are you in your life? Are you currently single? Are you divorced? Have you been married before? How many times have you been married? Do you see yourself ever being in a healthy relationship with a woman again? Do you see yourself getting married again? Right? These are the things that, inquiring minds want to know. And it will help me to develop course curriculum. It'll help me to develop the skills and tools necessary to hopefully bring more men into Skool. Because, again, dating apps are full of men, and in my opinion, full of women, too many women. You've got, tons and tons and tons and tons of men on dating apps. So you all are seeking something. You are looking for something. Now, maybe you're just looking for sex. And I'm going to be honest with you, that's not what my platform is for. But I am in search of a very particular type of man. And I know this man is in like the 10%. I'm just trying to figure out how to appeal to him. I'm trying to figure out how to find him. He says, are they being truthful on the apps? No, I mean, the apps are a joke. Like I said, I don't encourage anybody to go on apps. I don't encourage men to go on apps, if I'm being honest. Y'all are wasting y'all time going on dating apps, men and women. It's a surefire way to be frustrated. It's a surefire way to meet someone who's of low quality. Like, I don't understand why men or women would want to be on dating apps, but people are lazy. That's the number one reason why dating apps are blowing up, is because, one, you all fell for the marketing ploy. They told you a lie over and over and over again, and now you believe it's true. And then two, people are lazy. Okay, people are lazy. Oh, is 2 the balloon? Yeah, I can never figure out the hand signal. So 2 might be, or 1. I don't know. Maybe that's the balloon signal. So that's all. I don't think guys on dating apps want to date, not long-term relationships. Agreed. I agree with you. I'm sorry. I mean, I think they do want to date. Okay. Do they? Do they want to date or do they want to have sex? I think 90% of men on dating apps want to have sex. And again, the last thing I want to do is shame men for wanting to have sex. Like I told a girlfriend of mine last night, we went and played pickleball. Let me just tell y'all a quick story. We went and played pickleball. Then we went out to dinner. And she's on dating apps and she know how I feel. Like, everybody know how I feel. Okay. Because y'all know I can't keep my mouth closed. So she's on dating apps. She's talking about these men she's talking to and this and that. And she says one of the things that she just is so offended by is men wanting sex. I said, baby, what are you offended about? That's the nature of a male. They want to have sex. So why is that so offensive? Is it the fact that they're asking for it straight off rip? Like maybe that's what it is. But even that, like men do what men do. Like if anything, you in your cheeky way, you say, oh, I'm so flattered. I am so flattered that you find me attractive. However, I do not have sex with men I don't know. I don't have sex with men I'm not in a relationship with. I don't have sex with men I just met, like, and you keep it real cheeky, right? You don't say it angrily. You don't say it like you're offended. Like that doesn't offend me. Men wanting to have sex with me does not offend me. It means I'm still relevant, okay, to some extent, right? Now, I'm not looking for just sex because if that was the case, I'd be out here having sex. I'm not looking for just sex. I'm looking for a real connection with a person. I'm looking for, a real relationship, a marriage that's going to lead to marriage. So I just explained that, like males want sex. Like that's a part of their makeup. So we shouldn't be offended by that, but we should let a man know what our standard is, what our boundary is. That's it. And again, I keep telling women, stop doing it in this angry, frustrated, annoyed way. No, I'm always cheeky, like, oh, thank you. Oh my gosh, well, I appreciate that. Like, no, I'm not sleeping with you. And unless this man is going to hold me down and rape me, it ain't happening. That's it. Okay. I don't see no marriage. That trust is gone. Yeah, no. They don't want long-term relationships, just want to date. And how about this, real dope daddy? Like I said, I don't even think they want to date. Date includes, in my opinion, face-to-face. It includes face-to-face interaction. So my friend who's on the dating app, none of these men has asked her on a date, and it's been months. It's been months. They are text buddies or message buddies, and they're hoping that those messages will turn into, do you want to come over? That's the truth. They don't want to go on no dates. They don't want to sit across the table at a nice place or an average place or a coffee place and just have, communication, see how if my heart recognizes your heart, if I feel a connection. No, they don't want that. They want to talk and text you to death over the phone, hoping that one cold and lonely night, you'll say, you know what, come on over. You know what, let's watch a movie. Let me come over there. So I'm going to leave it to that. Why they don't want us to be honest. No, well, keep this in mind. Most women, most feminine women, they do struggle. They do struggle with men, like you said, just being straight up, just being honest, right? Because most women project onto men. They project that white knight, that knight in shining armor. And so when you open your mouth and you let them know, hey, I just want to get some, now you've blown that fantasy up. Right? I don't mind that. Like I said, I deal in reality. I'm a grown woman. I'm a mature woman. I love the truth. I thrive on the truth all day long. Okay. So tell me that's what you want. Tell me that's all you want. And I'm like, well, unfortunately, we don't have the same long-term goal. And then I'll leave you alone. And guess what happened 9 times out of 10? So all the men that have tried to, get something going and they were honest, they all return. They all come back. They all return. They're all texting or calling or wishing me happy birthday, wishing me happy new year, wishing me Merry Christmas. It's okay. It is okay. But I'm good, like I said, because we don't have the same goal. We don't have the same goal long term. And that's really what I'm looking for. All right, Real Dope Daddy says, I think women don't understand that men actually like to date. It's not just about sex, even though it's a big part. Men enjoying meeting new women. They enjoy the pursuit and the short-term connection. Again, there is a type of man that you're describing, and unfortunately, he's in the 10%. He is in the 10%. Masculine men do 100%. Masculine men, 100%. They enjoy exactly what you're talking about. They enjoy, how about this? When I went to Perry's for my birthday and I sat at the bar and the bar was packed with couples, single guys, it was packed. I got into a conversation with three single guys. One of them was black. Two of them were white. All young guys. They looked to be like late 20s, early 30s. And they were just enjoying the conversation. They were just enjoying the interaction, right? The masculine enjoying the feminine. But that's about 10% of men. Most men, because their masculine is so underdeveloped, they don't like women. They don't enjoy the feminine essence of women. Their masculine is so underdeveloped. They don't appreciate the energy of the feminine. So for them, they simply see a means to an end. This is the majority of men now. They see a means to an end. When they look in my face, they see a vagina. Point blank, period. They see a vagina. They see the possibility of getting their rocks off, right? They might see, if they're a young guy and they have an older woman fetish. So they see that. They see someone who's experienced, someone who's confident, right? And ooh, yeah. And if they got an older woman fetish, they see that. They don't see me. They don't see me. They don't see my spirit. They don't see my soul. They don't see God's daughter, right? They don't see Merlin and Fred's daughter. They see a means to an end. And that's most people. Like most people are not interested in truly knowing another person, truly going to the depths with another person and feeling a deep connection. They're not interested in that. They see a means to an end. And it's like me and 10 other women, we're all interchangeable. In their mind, there's nothing different amongst all of us. We're all the same. We're all bringing the same, there's nothing different. That's what a lot of men believe. Red John Sanford says guys always use the same corny lines to pull a woman, and so many women fall for the corniness. Good God. I'd love to know what one of those corny lines is. Do think if he buy a woman a drink, he can get between that meaty, what? I can't even see what that is. Okay. Or he buying her something. I can't even see the little emoji. Interesting. I'm talking about a certain type of guy, I guess. You are. And I know that guy. That's 90% of the men I've dated is that guy. Right? There were men who took me on dates and they realized we weren't a good fit. They weren't mad. They weren't upset at the end. Like, they enjoyed our time together. They were like, Anita's dope as hell. She's not my woman. She's not someone I could be married to, or she's not my wife, but she's dope. She's dope. I learned a lot from her. We had a great conversation. Her energy's great. Like, but now, I just want you to know, these men out here now, like, no, they see women as a means to an end. Okay, he said it's a taco. Okay. And that's really sad to me. Like, I meet men who are in the 10%, right? Some of those men are very young, like 30 years old. But I even appreciate their energy as a feminine woman. Like, I just, like I said, I love it because I'm like, finally, these men do exist. They are in the minority, but they do exist. And they truly enjoy the essence of the feminine, right? So whether that woman is 19 or 90, they see value. They see, they feel that feminine essence, and it's hard to even explain, but those men get it. But I've met young men, and I've definitely met older men that are like, yeah, I enjoy being the masculine. I enjoy being a man. I enjoy interacting with women. No part of me feels like, oh, if I didn't get laid on that first night, I feel butthurt. No, they're like, we had a great time. We had a great date. Anita and I, did this, did that, went here. We had a great time. I'm not a good fit for her, or she's not a good fit for me, or however it worked out. And there is no like anger or, vitriol toward me. No, they're like, no, it was wonderful. I learned a lot. I hope she learned something from me. That guy is rare. Now the world is filled with a bunch of nice guys. It's filled with a bunch of red pill rage guys or black pill guys. But men who have an agenda. And if you don't meet that agenda, that's a problem. You are a problem, because I have an agenda. I came for this. And if you're not trying to give me this, F you. That's a lot of guys. That's a lot of guys. Now, some of them will tell you that. And some of them won't say that to your face, because that's how much of a nice guy they are. They'll just slink off and talk crap about you. But that's what's going on in their head. And again, they see women as interchangeable. There's nothing different about any of these women. They all have a vagina. They could all possibly help them to get off, Some of them may be cuter than the other. Maybe that's a little ego boost for them. Some of them, their bodies may be, but in their mind, it's all the same. He says, you're too strong for them. Your energy is unmatched for them. There are men in this world, though, I'm just going to say this, that, like I said, they are my vibrational match. And whether it's they're looking for someone younger, right? That could be the case. They're looking for someone younger. They're looking for someone who looks different. I don't know. They're my vibrational match. But for some reason, like, we're not a vibrational match. And so, I was once told, this was years and years and years ago. I kind of never forgot this, but I mean, in my 20s, I went to a tarot reader, and she also did my natal chart. And she told me that where my sun was and where my moon was, that was going to cause a lot of problems. I was like, dang. She's like, let me tell you something. Where your sun is and where your moon is, right? Sun in Aquarius, moon in Scorpio. She was like, you are going to intimidate people. You are going to come off as either warm and gregarious or cold as ice. like those placements are going to cause problems for you. And, once I gave all that stuff up and stopped listening to that stuff and stopped dealing in that stuff, it's like that thing never left me, because she was like, yeah, you're going to walk into a room and there are people who are not going to like you based on the strength of that energy, the confidence, the fact that you know who you are, the fact that, you could care less about what other people think. Like, people are going to have a problem with that. And that's just what it is. And she also said, yes, it's going to take a very special person to be your husband, to be your partner, to be your long-term mate. Like, that person has to see that and those strengths you have as his superpower. Like, he has to go, God dang, you know what? I've been looking for this. Like, I've been looking for this. I could use this on my team. Like, that's your guy. That's your guy. I never forgot that. And that was back in my 20s, and I'm 57 now. But I never forgot that. So it's like, I've always been looking for that guy that when he meets me, he sees that in me, and he's like, that right there, right there. That's what I've been looking for. That's what I've been looking for all this time. That's my secret weapon. Like, that's the man I'm looking for. So, Real Dope Daddy said, one of the issues I see today is the men who try to be on the right side of things is they tell women chemistry doesn't matter. They should just have the man that checks the other boxes. Nonsense. Oh yeah, that's a whole nice guy thing. That's the nice guys, honey. The nice guys, look, they out here promoting themselves. They promoting themselves. Look, why he got to be this, and why he got to have that, and why you got to have, they're promoting the fact that, again, it's that self-promotion of, I'm a good guy. Okay. And here's the thing. I never deny that. I never deny there are some amazing men out here. Do I feel a way about you? Do I feel a connection to you? Does my heart recognize your heart? Does my soul recognize your soul? No. No, it doesn't. Okay? I'm sitting here with you. I've dated plenty of those guys. that on paper, they appeared perfect. That even when I met with them, I was like, oh wow, this guy is genuine. This guy is good people, right? And something about his heart seems pure. But did I want to be with him? No. I didn't feel that deeper connection. I didn't feel that chemistry or, I didn't feel that. Nothing. And I told y'all, my test is, do I want to kiss the man? Right? That's my test. When I look at the man, do I want to put my mouth on his mouth? I've said this thousands of times. Do I want to put my mouth on his mouth? If the answer is no, then the answer is no. And I pushed the envelope. I've dated men where I was like, you know what? I'm going to go out with him again. I'm going to go out with him again. I'm going to go out with him again. And I've just pushed that envelope like, okay, maybe it's going to happen. Maybe it's going to come. Maybe it's going to jump on me. And then when it doesn't, like, I have to be honest. I don't want to put my mouth on your mouth. Right? And it's not because you're not an attractive man, because some of these men were attractive. But nothing like compelled me to want to do that. Nothing compelled me to want to do that. There have been some men in my life that I wanted to know on a deeper level because they were good men. And I was like, man, it'd be so cool to have this guy in my circle and to really know him and to see how good men move about the world. Right? So yes, that's definitely happened. But I didn't want to put my mouth on their mouth. Like, if I'm being honest, like, I've had male best friends. Oh my God, I had a male best friend in college. We were roommates. And I didn't want to put my mouth on his mouth. And I adored him. We would go on road trips. Well, I mean, that was my dog. But I did not want to put my mouth on his mouth. Yeah, that's it. So he says, yes, I understand the human urge to want to be analytical and find answers, but everything can't be explained. Chemistry is important. Agreed. And that is me. I am the brainchild, the analytical, logical, rational, but I also have learned how to embrace the just intuition and the intuitive side of myself. Right? So it's just like if things feel off, I don't need 1 + 1 = 2 to get away from that. It just feels off. And people are like, well, what was it, girl? I don't know. Okay. But I trust my instinct. I trust my intuition that something about this person felt off. It felt weird. I felt uncomfortable. I felt a tightening in my chest. I felt anxious. My tummy hurt. Like, I have been around men. It's a true story where as soon as I got in their car, my tummy started hurting. And I was like, what is happening? And then my chest got tight. And then it got better as the date went on. But it was like, okay, that's not good. Like, that's not good. Then I would go out again. Same thing happened again. I said, okay, my body is recognizing something about this person. I can't make sense of it in my mind, but my body know it. So I'm going to trust that. And that's that. Red John Sanford says, nowadays people are unclean. I don't care how pretty she is. Back in the day, we thought it was okay to slob her soup coolers, but not today. Yeah. Because you don't know where her mouth been. you don't know where her mouth been. Okay. So be careful now. Get to know her. And listen. Really, all y'all got to do is listen. But you suffer from limerence. A lot of people have limerence, right? So they have limerence about a person's looks, a woman's body. You have limerence, and you give that person more credit than you even know they deserve. You think this person is fill in the blank, but see, you don't know that. Okay. So, right now the internet is going crazy for Aaron Pierre. So if you know Aaron Pierre, he was the gentleman who was in the Mufasa, the Disney movie. He was in Rebel Ridge. What else has he done? MLK-X. But he's done a couple of back-to-back things. And I mean, the internet is just going crazy. And so ever since he was on Jennifer Hudson, he did her spirit tunnel thing, whatever. And now that's gone viral. But it's funny because as I'm watching all of this play out, do I think he's a handsome man? Sure. But here's again, what emotionally mature people understand. Like, I don't know him. I don't know him. I don't know anything about him. What I have seen, this is what I think is so interesting about him. What I have seen is his progression. Like I did go back and I looked at some of his earlier work. I looked at some of his earlier video. I saw some of his earlier pictures. And he was not, like, if I'm being honest, he was not the smooth operator that women are seeing today. He was a dorky, like, had acne. His hair was not kept, he had the scraggly facial hair. Like, he was not Mr. Smooth Operator. He looked awkward, socially, he looked awkward. He looked socially awkward. Like, y'all need to understand that this man that you see today, he was created. That's not naturally him. The guy you see on the red carpet, he was created. The Hollywood machine created that guy. You don't really know him. You don't really know him like that. He's visually appealing, but you don't know him. You don't really know who he is, and you don't know him. Okay, and I have to remind myself of that. He's an attractive man, but I don't know him. And then when I go back and I just look at his progression from early 20s to, really, it's been 10 years, like he's 30. So from 20 to 30, I looked at everything and I was like, wow, this dude is like socially awkward. Like, this dude is kind of, kind of geeky, or, he's not a smooth operator. But that is who Hollywood created. They created y'all's fantasy. And it worked, right? Y'all are eating it up. It worked. He has been styled. He has had his hair cut and styled. His clothing is styled. How he talks, what he says, all of that is a creation of a machine that Hollywood said, yes, they have labeled him the next big thing, right? He is the next heartthrob. He is the next big thing. So they had to create the man that you see. Okay, but you don't know him. Women are projecting onto him. They're projecting this white knight, Prince Charming, he's the man of my dreams. Okay, maybe visually. But what if he likes slapping his women? What if he, how about this, ladies? Because y'all love talking about this now. What if he has a small peen? What if he don't know what he's doing in the bedroom? Is he your Prince Charming now? What if he is avoidant? You don't know him. Like, this is what emotional maturity will do for you. It'll bring you into reality and you'll realize, okay, I'm talking about Aaron Pierre. He's an actor, a young male actor that women are going crazy for. But again, he's a part of the machine. He was created. So that's, women are eating it up. And again, the media knows what y'all want and they know what y'all like. And so they're going to create it and they're going to give it to you. All right. Real Dope Daddy says you should mentor a lot of the younger women. Your message should be amplified. They may be turned off by the religious aspect, though. Some may use that to discredit the message. I have tried, Real Dope Daddy, I've tried. All last year, I went on a campaign to try and promote my platform to 20-year-olds, 20 to 30. That was the age range I was going for. So I was trying to create more content for that age range. The other thing I was told is I need to be on TikTok, which I'm not going to do that. So that ain't going to happen. God has not told me to do that. So everybody's like, you need to be on TikTok. That's what's going to do it. You're going to get tons of 20-some-year-olds. God has not told me to do that. So, but I tried, and it is what it is. The message is for who it's for. I have some younger women over on YouTube, but I agree with you. Those are the women that I want to talk to. Those are the women between 20 and 30 that I really want in my school, that I really want to work with. But I think the winsome you have should be coming from the younger women also because they spewing nonsense. Oh yeah. What if he didn't vote for who they voted for? Are you talking about Trump? Okay, he said, oh, I don't know him. Yeah, most of the men don't, unless you're in a relationship with a woman who does, then you probably know who I'm talking about. But yeah, I just want women to understand that again, that's part of a machine. So it's just like how, the media sold y'all the lie about dating apps, and now y'all ate it up whole. Like, yeah, I have people saying I can't meet a man unless it's on a dating app. Okay, I was saying that would have turned the ladies off. Oh, yeah. For sure. Now, I didn't vote. So I didn't vote, and that did make people feel away. People felt away on YouTube when I told them, yeah, I wasn't participating. I will not participate in this nonsense. I can't endorse either candidate. So I am not voting. But there were people over on YouTube that had a whole tizzy about that. So anyway, but yeah, I want to see if I can do some research on the guys, and I'm talking 25 to 60, and just figure out where their head is at. Just figure out, okay, he said, yeah, the Pierre guy in Hollywood. I was saying, I don't know him. Okay, yeah. Just figure out where y'all's head is at and see if I can tweak some things on my platform and my content to try to figure out how to pull more men in, how to get men interested into becoming more emotionally intelligent, becoming a better speaker, having better social skills, just the personal development, just working on themselves overall, and not just as a ploy to make money, not just as a ploy to get sex, not just as a ploy to work on your car or game or whatever else it is that men love doing. I mean, that's great, but just the personal development. And look, I know it's out there because I actually have male content creator acquaintances, right? So I have plenty of male content creator acquaintances that's what their platform is about. It's about personal growth and development for men. And it's not just making money. It's not just about their job. It's also about women and dating and relationships. And their platform is full of men. So I'm like, okay, so you may see some of my advertising on their platform because I am trying to pull those guys into Skool. I am trying to show them healthy examples of women who are doing the work and women who are not out here talking some crazy liberal mess or whatever. They're actually decent, good women who've been mentored by me, because men ask me that all the time. Like, do you know anybody? Where's the women that are mentored by you? Where's the women that actually listen to you? They are out there, and hopefully they are coming to Skool. So, okay, he says, where's the survey? I don't think I would be very helpful since most guys probably don't align with me, but I know some other guys who have similar interests. So I'm going to put it in the link in my bio. It'll be there later today. I'll put a link in my bio. I'm going into my bio, into my pillar, and I'm switching some things around. There's a link there for Skool now. I'm just going into my bio and into the link there and just moving some things around. So it will be there later tonight once I get it, attached to my pillar link. But yes, I'm curious to know, what are men, where are men's head at? I do hear from some older men are checked out. Men don't want American women. Men are done. Men, they're over it. Baby, unless you gonna remain celibate for the rest of your life, you're not over it. You're not over no women. Like, you're not fitting to make me believe that. Because men, y'all want some poontang. Okay? Y'all want some. So that's why whenever I hear men crying about how we're done, we're over it, we're not signing up for that, you signing up for some cootie cat. That's what you signing up for. You signing up for some coochie. So let's quit it with that. Okay? Let's quit it with the fake MGTOW rant. I'm done with women. No, you're not, because you wanna get some, what. No, you're not. If you were truly MGTOW, if you were truly like, I don't look at women, I don't care about women or what they doing, you wouldn't be watching porn. You wouldn't have no OnlyFans account. You wouldn't be out here on dating apps trying to have sex. So it's something about women you want and you like. No, men going their own way is going clean the other way. Go about your business. That's what MGTOW is. But y'all not MGTOW. Okay, but I do think I can reason with most men. I have balanced perspective. The problem is men aren't understanding what they get in return, and we get a lot in return. I agree. They are just jaded by chasing poor quality women. Agreed. I get it. They need to be pulled back. Yep. And again, they need to recognize their part in it, right? A big part of Skool is teaching men to identify good women. A lot of men cannot identify a good, healthy, feminine woman. That's why y'all are online all the time screaming about, well, where to go, where. Masculine men know how to find feminine women. Like they're not screaming that. They're around feminine energy women all the time. They recognize good women all the time. But that's a big part of Skool. It is going to teach a man how to identify a good, healthy, feminine woman. Because yes, you are chasing all of the low quality, low hanging fruit women. You're chasing all of the liberal, ultra liberal women and all that. So where's your accountability in that? And remember, I tell women the same thing. If you have been in, abusive relationship after abusive, it's you. It's you. Okay? You act like the abusive men are everywhere all the time, and they're just hunting you down. No, you're actively choosing these men. So that's your accountability. If you've been with cheater after cheater after cheater, it's you. It's you. Okay? So there has to be a level of accountability that says, ooh, I'm seeing the signs of a low quality woman. Or I don't like this and this being said. I don't like this and this being worn. I don't like, yeah, okay, so that's it. And you're done. You don't keep going. Okay? He says, I don't even see those type of women. Exactly. That's what I tell people. I don't see the abusive men. I don't see the disrespectful men. I don't see the nasty men. like that. I'm confused. I'm truly confused. Like, I don't see those people, okay? My entire lifestyle and actions, interests inadvertently don't put me in the path of those women. Exactly. So I say the same thing. And that's the part where we got to focus on ourselves. One of the things I thought was so interesting at Sunday dinner, and y'all, one of these days, I keep saying this, but one of these days, I'm going to set the camera up at the Sunday dinner table when my mom is over for Sunday dinner or when I'm over her house. And I'm just going to record our conversation because my mom, again, dropped some great gems at Sunday dinner. She's like, help me to understand this, Anita. She said, why is everybody so worried about the other person? Why are they so quick to say what the other person should do? Why are they so quick to focus on the other person? Why can't they worry about themselves, worrying about being a good man or a good woman, worrying about showing up the way they need to show up, and hope to align with people who are going to do the same, with people who appreciate that? Like, what's going on with that? I said, Mom, that's what they do. They are so focused on, men telling women what they need to do and who they need to be, women telling men what they need to do and who they need to be, and they're not focused on themselves. He said, change yourself first. You'll notice the environment changing. Agreed. So just know that while y'all are out here looking out, you need to go in. And that's always been that's always been how I operate. I focus on myself. I put myself in different spaces. I focus on aligning my beliefs and what it is I really want. Like, okay, stop saying men are like this. No, say men are like this. Focus on what you want, not what you don't want. And be able to see what you don't want and reject it. Oh, I see smoking, reject. I see drug use, reject. I see whatever you don't want, reject. That and that's why we get fooled, because we're looking out instead of remaining in. Brianne Nicole says, if there were so many great, amazing, marriage-minded people, the dating scene wouldn't look like this. There can't be something wrong with all these single women and men. This is truly a single epidemic. It is. But again, so many things, the media, the social media, so many things have rewired our brains, right? The dopamine addiction, all that stuff has rewired our brain. I believe that naturally, the way God designed us, we know what to do. We know the right thing, right? I do believe that. I think that God's original operating system works 100% of the time, but that operating system has been corrupted. Okay. It's been taken over. It's been hijacked. It's been corrupted. And so now we're operating off of this faulty, messed up, jacked up system. And it is everybody. It is men and women. He said, and people like to think that they can be attracted to certain traits and characteristics without getting the other traits that typically attach to those. Right. Right. But we have to grow up. We have to be mature. There are a lot of emotionally immature people running around. And it's because of the wounding, the traumas, the childhood stuff, the early adult relationship stuff. Like, people are more, I say it all the time, people are more wounded than ever. Like, you talk about an epidemic. Trauma is an epidemic. The lack of resiliency is an epidemic. The adult people, walking around in adult bodies but have a 15-year-old mentality is an epidemic. The lack of spiritual alignment, the lack of spirituality in people today is an epidemic. Like, people don't even have the ability to recognize another soul. All they see is the flesh. There's no spiritual man. There's no, that doesn't exist. So yeah, it's buck wild out here. I'm just saying. So, gentlemen, I'm going to post today. I'm going to talk at length about the survey. If you could do me the greatest favor ever and just send people my way, or you take it, and that'll give me more insight, because I definitely need help. I need insight into figuring out, like, what is really going on with men, and not in some, like I said, here's what I don't want. I don't want some single sentence of, we checked out, we done with women. That's not a critically well thought out response. Like, can you say what has happened? Can you give your personal story? Can you speak to what's happened to you? Because just saying American women are trash is not a critically well thought out response. I understand men not wanting marriage legally. Okay, paper. They don't get a tone in return if they can get the same things from a woman without the risk. Oh yeah. And I keep talking to women about that. That women need to stop providing everything that men get in marriage for free. I'm always saying that. But they just need education on how to mitigate those risks. I agree. And that's one of the things Skool does as well. So instead of talking about the 50% divorce rate or the 80% of people who are in marriages that they're miserable, like, what can you do to avoid that? Y'all know I'm all about solutions, but it seems like people don't want that. People don't want solutions. People don't want to hear that there's actually a way to make it so that your rate of divorce is 6%. They're not interested. They're not interested in me talking about that. I can help you get it so that your rate of possible divorce is 6%. They don't want to hear that. But that's a real thing. That's a true thing. So I'm going to keep giving solutions to anyone who wants it. And I'm going to keep the fight alive. I'm going to keep fighting the good fight, as they say. I want to be on the side of the solution and not the problem. That's why what I post has changed. The content that I make has changed. I'm not going to badmouth anybody. I'm not going to take one tiny piece of information and badmouth that person or blow it up into something negative. I'm not interested in pop the balloon and all of that nonsense. I'm not posting any more nonsense about women and their body count and all these women having sex with all these different people and the OnlyFans models. I'm done with that. I'm done with that. None of that is helpful. None of that is getting us to where we need to be. He said, everyone should know of you. They will listen, but will not apply. Yeah, unfortunately. And that's the rub, is they will listen, but if they don't apply what they hear, things will never change. So fellas, I want y'all to do me the greatest favor ever. Please let people know when you see these posts, and I'm going to try to post like 5 or 6 times, because here's the thing about Instagram y'all need to know. I will post something. I have 75,000 followers, and I kid y'all not. I will post something and like 20 people will see it. So posting does not equal all of my followers seeing everything I post. And I've been playing with hashtags. I've been playing with different things to try to get more people to see my posts. But what I try to do is just post multiple times, like post once every hour, hoping that someone will see it. The other thing that will happen is I will do an ad campaign. So I will pay Instagram to show my ad. So maybe that'll be more helpful. But yeah. But he said prenups that you create as a couple, couples therapy. Yeah. Thank you, Zarin World. Love your content. Yeah, there's lots of ways. There are over 20 different ways that you can divorce proof your marriage. But we don't talk about it. It's like y'all are not interested in that. You're interested in the problem, and you're talking about the problem, and you're talking about how bad it is. And guess what? Talking about how bad it is gets you more of how bad it is. So we have to shift our focus to the solution, and we have to be proactive. We have to be proactive. As I said in another live, do you know how many couples show up to premarital therapy 2 months before they get married? That is not the time to have premarital therapy. Premarital therapy is actually supposed to help you to determine if you should get married. These people are locked in. These people have a venue. They have a dress. They have a caterer. They have a DJ. They've already made up their mind to marry this person. So if something comes out, and I had this happen, I tell this story all the time. I had this happen with a couple years ago that I saw for premarital counseling. There was an incident that happened that made it clear as day that they shouldn't get married, and they went forth and got married. They are now divorced. 2 kids later, 2 little kids later, and they're now divorced. So no, premarital, really you need pre-engagement. You need pre-engagement counseling. Then you need premarital counseling. And again, all of these things are roadblocks to, okay, should I do this? Should I go forward? Should I marry this person? That's what we're not doing. We're just, and I have couples that show up for premarital counseling after they're already married. Yeah, I kind of figured we should have did this before we got married. But, we're here now. It's too late. It's too late. You've already made the commitment. So he said, I'm also trying to get my male followers up. Women are better to have as followers, but I want to make a difference. I think when I start talking about money and lifestyle, it'll pull them in. Yeah, that's what it is. So I got to start, I don't know, maybe I should make content around that too. I got to figure that out. Now, here's what I will say. I got a lot of my male followers from, just calling out women's BS. So that's how I got a lot of my male followers. 60% of my followers are male, and it's because I called out women's BS. Okay. I just told the truth. I told the truth about women, and they were like, So that's what happened. Now, am I going to stop calling out BS? No, but I want to change my approach. I don't want to do it in such a way so as to turn women off or make women think I'm ganging up on them. But I'm going to call out BS. I'm going to call out female and male BS because that's just what I do. So if you're not ready for that, this ain't the place for you. But I'm going to let y'all go. I'm going to the courthouse so I can pay this ticket. And I pray that the judge or whoever is have mercy upon me. Because, y'all, this is like the 3rd ticket I got for something dumb in the last year. It's always something dumb. So it's not for speeding. It's not for technically breaking the law. It's just for doing something dumb. Parking where I shouldn't be parked. My sticker is out. Now look, this is the latest thing. I'm looking at it now. My inspection sticker is out of date. I got to take my car to get inspected today. So just dumb stuff. That's what I be getting tickets about. Your inspection sticker is out of date. I'm like, Lord. So pray for me, y'all. Okay, thank you so much for watching. I appreciate you all. Have a great rest of the day. If you're watching this on YouTube, please give it a thumbs up. Share it with someone you think could benefit from it. But I appreciate you all's support so much. I am still trying to grow my YouTube following. So subscribe. Subscribe to the YouTube channel. And for some of y'all, you just need to run over there now and hit subscribe. And if you never return, oh well, but subscribe. Subscribe to the YouTube channel. That is a free way that you can support my channel. All right. Thank you so much. Have a great day. And as always, stay open to love.